Omnipotence, what pharaohs and kings forbade their subjects to read. All the rulers loved to burn books, but these volumes were strictly forbidden. It was believed that they held the key to absolute power. The sacred book of Thoth, or Hermes Trismegistus, the Atlantean, is about how to revive humanity and communicate with spirits. And according to the beliefs of the ancient Egyptians, Thoth was a kind of mediator who transmitted the quote-unquote word of the gods to people. He himself belonged to them. He was revered as a god of wisdom and a patron of sciences. Let's remember, he claimed he was an Atlantean and extraterrestrial. In ancient Egypt, there was a legend that Thoth knew the secrets of Atlantis, that it was he who became the keeper of the ancient knowledge of the civilization destroyed in an unknown way. But the most mysterious and powerful of his books is the Emerald Tablet, or the Sacred Book of Thoth, written tens of thousands of years ago in thin gold plates and emerald tablets, and there were about 78 of them. And I'll direct you to my playlist. I have read for you all the what we have concerning the emerald tablets written by Thoth the Atlantean. You will find their tremendous details concerning their philosophy, their technology. They even had interstellar travel, and they were able to change frequency from one dimension to another. Now, on many of these plates were written the secrets of the Atlanteans. It was they, according to legend, that allowed the Egyptians to build such highly developed civilizations. Unfortunately, practically nothing of the former wisdom has survived to this day. The information from the gold plates was copied into papyrus, but then the Inquisition hastened to destroy these leaves, zealously fighting heresy, and the golden pages were also gradually lost. All that remains is a few sheets of old papyrus stored in Egypt in the Library of Alexandria. But the Book of Thoth contains the secret of the revival of mankind, telling how to communicate with spirits, raise the dead, and influence the conscience of people. It's believed that the book has reached our days in the form of tarot cards, that ancient knowledge is encrypted in them, and that they are a model of the magical universe. Jiang stanzas, an alien legacy. Helena Blavatsky, a Russian noblewoman in the occult sciences, spoke about this ancient manuscript in her work, The Secret Doctrine. Jiang stanzas are considered one of the most mysterious books in history. They said that aliens from Venus passed it on to people, and that the book contains unique knowledge, thanks to which one can compose a complete picture of the universe. One of the initiates who had the right to touch the book was an ancient Greek healer and seer, Apollonius of Tyana. He received Jiang stanzas from Indian priests. Blavatsky's copy of the stanzas also came as a gift from the priests with whom she became friends during her travels to India, she said. Barely returning from her trip, Madame Blavatsky translated the book into English and hid the original in a safe. The next time she was in India, she suddenly received threats. The Brahmins demanded that the book be returned to them, otherwise Blavatsky was threatened with a terrible death. She did not attach any importance to these threats, but soon she fell seriously ill and only miraculously returned to life. Every now and then she was haunted by strange mystical events, and they tried to do away with her. She managed to write The Secret Doctrine, quote-unquote, based on the knowledge obtained from the stanzas, but the book kept in a locked safe disappeared without a trace, and Blavatsky herself later died. The Secrets of the Worm, Lost Warlock Manuscript. Tertius Sibelius was born around 280 A.D., and was destined to become a Roman warrior. By right of the strong, this guy often took away from people, less often bought all kinds of artifacts. Most of all, he was interested in the papyrus scrolls, in which one could find rare information of religious and philosophical content. Among these papyri, Sibelius had a special attitude to the black books under the guidance of one of the Ethiopian warlocks. He himself wrote the book Secrets of the Worm, which became a guide for the founders of all kinds of satanic secrets. Christian emperors later banned Sibelius' creation and tried to destroy the God-loathing book, but as they say, even today it pops up here and there in some abandoned second-hand bookstores, although of course it's not necessary to speak about the authenticity of these books, passed off as the revelations of Sibelius. Is the Necronomicon a trendy hoax or a dangerous spell book? The author of Grimoire book, that is, containing the text of spells and magical rites to summon otherworldly entities, is called the American horror writer Howard Lovecraft. It's said that Lovecraft, having finished writing Necronomicon and realizing what kind of a time bomb he had created, he himself was mortally frightened and destroyed his work. And then he began to spread rumors that the Necronomicon was just a hoax, that he invented this book in order to terrify his contemporaries. It's not known which of this is true and which is fiction. Only other writers began to create their own Necronomicons and claim that their books could help summon the ancient terrible gods into the real world and change it forever. If that's true, it's good that the original Necronomicon is gone, if it even existed, of course. The Voynich manuscript, you can see and you cannot read. Author unknown, language is unknown. It also is impossible to say what the book is about because it consists of many encrypted messages and incomprehensible drawings. For 5 centuries, no one has been able to decipher it. It was far from random people who were engaged in this decoding. The Voynich manuscript, named after a bookseller who found an ancient book by accident in the ruins of books, tried to unravel the largest scientists involved in cryptography as well as cryptoanalysis of the Second World War. The book is currently kept in the Yale University Library. One of the versions says that the Voynich manuscript is something like an ancient textbook on medicine or pharmacology. However, this version is just an assumption, like others about, for example, that the book teaches power over the world. In 2016, one of the Spanish publishers received the right to publish about 1,000 copies of the manuscript. Rumors about this mysterious book aroused very strong interest. Thus, ordinary people get access to this artifact and could try to unravel its secrets. The text is available on the internet. The Apocrypha. The Church forbids them but keeps them. The official church does not recognize the Apocrypha because they tell stories on biblical subjects that were not included in the Bible and appeared before Christianity took shape as a religion. Some of the Apocryphal the church calls satanic, some of them were included in the Kabbalistic books. It's forbidden to read the Apocrypha in the church, and if one of the ministers violates this ban, he is defrocked. However, sometimes the content of the Apocrypha is used as an illustration for events about which the Holy Scripture is silent, but which are considered to be reliable. So among the Apocrypha and the Gospel, the authors of which are called the disciples of Jesus, they are kept at the Vatican. In the Middle Ages, anyone who dared to stick his nose into the Apocrypha was immediately burned at the stake. And this is by Solask. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.